This is the Sony ZV-1, and it's built off the same chassis as the popular Sony RX100 line, which means the Sony ZV-1 also has that legendary 1-inch camera sensor. And according to Sony, because they have perfected the audio recording on the ZV-1 and they have given it an articulating screen so you can frame yourself when you're filming in front of the camera, Sony claims that the ZV-1 is now the perfect camera for the everyday content creator. However, in the year 2021, does it still make sense to own a compact camera when all the smartphones these days can take great pictures and videos with very little effort, and they are way more compact? And this is the iPhone 12 mini. It is the most compact iPhone you can buy. It is smaller, thinner, and lighter than the Sony ZV-1. It has 3 cameras on board, and it has a wide, ultra-wide, and a selfie camera. Whereas the Sony ZV-1 has a 24 to 70mm wide lens, but it has that 1-inch camera sensor that lets it capture more light. The Sony ZV-1 retails at $799, while the 128GB version of the iPhone 12 mini retails at $779, which is why we are comparing these devices to find out which one has the better camera. Now, the everyday content creator is also a one-man film crew who spends most of their time in front of the camera, and because of that, they usually prefer a camera with a wide-angle lens, and that's because a wide-angle lens allows you to be close enough to the camera to operate it, and yet the lens has a wide angle of view, wide enough to capture you and your background behind you. On the Sony ZV-1, the widest you could go is 24mm, and on the iPhone 12 mini, the selfie camera uses a slightly wider lens at 23mm, and as a result, you will see a little bit more of the background. The Sony ZV-1, however, has a larger aperture of f1.8, and in combination with its larger camera sensor, it is able to blur out the background naturally to give you that cinematic look. The iPhone 12 mini can't do this on its tiny lens and camera sensor, so on videos, the background is just as sharp as the subject. Now, if you wanted to go even wider, you could turn the iPhone 12 mini around and use the ultra-wide angle lens instead. This is a 13mm lens, and as you can see, you're immediately transported into my studio. The ultra-wide angle lens does give you that ability to bring your audience along with you whenever you're telling your stories. However, you will lose that ability to see and frame yourself while in front of the camera. The other thing that we usually worry about when we are in front of the camera is whether or not we are in focus. Let us know in the comment section below what you think of the quality here. And to solve this problem, Sony uses eye autofocus to recognize human faces. Hey Obama! While the iPhone 12 mini, with all its Face ID technology, uses face detection. And because the iPhone 12 mini doesn't rely on locating your eyes to know that you are a human face, I think it is slightly more accurate. But in terms of autofocusing, they both have touch focus, they both are very snappy at recognizing the focus points, and they both do a reliable job in making sure that you are in focus while you're busy filming in front of the camera. Now, the audio quality on the RX100 is a bit rubbish, and we're gonna test that out. This is compared to the Sony ZV-1. Yes, the audio quality on the RX100 is quite rubbish, and that's because the microphones on the RX100 are susceptible to the slightest wind noise.
There's recording, and this is recording. Okay, what's your recording now? Yeah.
And to solve this problem, many content creators have taken upon themselves to glue a dead cat onto the camera. Well, the smart people at Sony must have thought that this was a good idea, so they did it too. The Sony ZV-1 now comes with a dead cat that conveniently slots into the hot shoe. Let's have a listen to how that sounds against the iPhone 12 mini. Testing 1, 2, 3. This is an audio test with the Sony ZV-1. The Sony ZV-1 does have a dead cat on it. It's just a little windshield that I think really helps improve the noise. Let us know what you think of the audio test in the comments section below. Thank you. Testing 1, 2, 3. This is an audio test with the Sony ZV-1. The Sony ZV-1 does have a dead cat on it. It's just a little windshield that I think really helps improve the noise. Let us know what you think of the audio test in the comments section below. Thank you. Sony, being the pioneer in audio technology, should have had this fixed a long time ago. You know, since they were the first to invent Japan's first tape recorder, and they were also the same mob that gave us the Sony Walkman. And now, after what is technically the 8th iteration of the RX100, we can now report that the internal microphones of the Sony ZV-1 is now perfect. But only if you use it with a dead cat. The iPhone 12 mini without a dead cat performed admirably. It did pick up some wind noise, but it is definitely not as distracting as the RX100 without a windshield. Now on this channel, we love making videos and sharing our experiences on YouTube. But unfortunately, we have taken our fair share of shaky footages over the years. Really bad ones that would cause you motion sickness if you had watched it. And for those reasons, it's a shame that we would never be able to share those experiences with you. But on these cameras, you get EIS, which stands for Electronic Image Stabilization. And electronic image stabilization uses the power of software and information from the onboard gyroscope to artificially create stabilized videos. And this means you will never shoot a shaky video ever again. But which one of these cameras does it better? Both of these were shot in 4K and the Sony ZV-1 has steady shot turned on. However, our clear winner here is the iPhone 12 mini. The Sony ZV-1 isn't too far off, but it looks considerably shaky when compared to the silky smooth video coming from the iPhone 12 mini. So, if you do shoot a lot of handheld videos and you hate motion sickness inducing shaky videos like we do, the iPhone 12 mini is a camera worth considering. Hello internet! So, if you're looking for a video camera that shoots 4K videos to start your YouTube journey, congratulations! You can't go wrong with either one of these cameras. They both shoot great videos and photos, and they both perform well under various lighting situations. The Sony ZV-1 is more of a traditional camera, but on this update, it now comes with a better microphone, a dead cat, and a flippy screen. But because it still has that 1-inch camera sensor, a larger optical lens, and that variable aperture, it will still produce images and videos that the iPhone 12 mini can't match with its computational photography. But the iPhone 12 mini is not very far off. However, to fully take advantage of the ZV-1, Sony does require you to have some prior knowledge of using a manual camera and a bit of patience, because the Sony menu is not very intuitive. For example, if you wanted to shoot HDR videos, you'd be right to think that it'd be located under a heading called HDR videos. However, on the Sony ZV-1, it is located under something called PP10, which stands for Picture Profile 10. And you only know that Picture Profile 10 stands for HDR if you took the time to read the manual. And on top of that, the Sony menu is not touch sensitive.
You can't touch this. You can't touch this.
If you're already familiar with the Sony menu and you know how to take advantage of a manual camera, the Sony ZV-1 will serve you very well. Or if you're looking for a B camera that is small and compact to keep by your side, because you know, you can watch YouTube videos, use Google Maps, and still shoot videos on your one single device. Now, as for which camera has the better value proposition, you'll have to go with the iPhone 12 mini. Not only is that the cheaper option, the iPhone 12 mini shoots 4K videos just like the Sony. It shoots HDR Dolby Vision, and it arguably has the better autofocus. And if you shoot handheld a lot, it won't cause your viewers to throw up. Plus, the iPhone 12 mini has the better battery life. And on top of that, the iPhone 12 mini is also a personal computer, which means you can shoot your videos, watch them, edit them, and upload them instantly into your social media platform. And yes, the menu on the iPhone 12 mini is a lot easier to comprehend. If you found this video to be helpful, please do give us a thumbs up and please do consider subscribing, as it will help us make more videos like these. Thank you for watching. We will see you in the next one. Bye!
I shall call him Mini-Me.